wouldn't say your average patient is dumb. That might be a little overstepping, but they definitely are slightly ill-informed. You know, when you work in the medical field every day, whether it's a hospital or a clinic, wherever you work, if you work in the medical field, you know, things just seem obvious to you. You know, yeah, if you are going in for a neck x-ray, maybe you should take off these big, or maybe you shouldn't wear these big earrings that dangle down all the way down to your neck. You know, seems like a simple idea to us because we see it every day. So to help the rest of you out, these are a list of things that you could do to make your x-ray tech a little less disgruntled. Little. I know a lot of you out there, especially on the military side, I know a lot of you retired master sergeants and gunnery sergeants and Navy SEALs out there and chief petty officers. I know all you guys out there are badasses, but listen, if you don't get up and walk at home, don't do it here. If you're getting an x-ray done and we ask, hey, can you stand up? We're not asking for the badass tough guy answer. We're asking for an honest answer. Because if you don't stand up at home and walk around, the hospital is not the place to try. If we're asking you, hey, are you able to stand up for this x-ray? And you can't do it, just say you can't do it. I don't walk at home, I don't walk here. Now that having been said, if you get up and walk with assistance at home, we are here to assist you. But understand the difference. We're not trying to make it look like you're not tough or you're not self-sufficient or self-reliant. You know, that's none of our business. You know, if you are able to walk, let us know. If you are not able to walk, let us know that too. If you get up on top of the x-ray table for your exam and it hurts your back or your hips or your head because that table is incredibly hard, well, that's because it's not a bed, it's a table. It's a piece of medical equipment. It's not meant to be comfortable. And if you're lying down on the table, we're probably going to put you in a position that's even less comfortable. We understand, especially if you're a little bit older and you have, you know, issues with your joints, your hips, your back, your knees, whatever. Yeah, lying on that table for a long period of time can be very uncomfortable. Believe me, we know. I don't know about the civilian side, but in the military, we used to take turns being up on the table because whoever was going to be up on the table that day was probably going to be there for several hours while everybody else practiced on them. So believe me, we understand it's uncomfortable. But if you cooperate, you'll probably not be on there for very long. You know, minutes, if that. You know. Now, if you have a very, very long exam, you know, spine, knees, femurs, hips, if you have a very long exam that's going to cause you to be on that table for a long period of time, then let us know. Hey, can we take a break? Can I just stand up for a minute? Or, you know, stretch my leg, you know, just stand up, you know, my back's starting to hurt. Yeah, absolutely. You know, take a break. We're not completely heartless. You know, let us know. We'll let you stand up, take a breather, you know, if you want to get some water or whatever it is, you know, if you brought water, we're not going to give you water, but you know, let us know. But yeah, when you get up on top of our x-ray table, it's not supposed to be comfortable. It's a table, not a bed. If you come in to get your x-rays done and you know you're going to get a chest x-ray, we need you guys to use a little bit of critical thinking here. If you're going to the hospital because you know you have a cough or you know you're having trouble breathing, chances are you're probably going to get a chest x-ray. So if you've got big, huge nipple rings, you might want to take those off before you come to the hospital. No, we are not going to help you remove your nipple rings. We're not, okay? I know it seems, well, yeah, we are medical staff and we are professional and we're here to help you, but there is a line. We're not going to help you take out your nipple jewelry. We're not going to help you take out the jewelry in your genitals. If you have something, you know, below the waist pierced, we're not going to help you do that. Do it yourself. If you need help doing it, you're out of luck. We're not going to help you do it. These people, especially these old ladies, I don't know if they think they're going to the hospital and they're going to bag them a doctor, but listen, if you are, it doesn't matter, older people or not, if you're coming to the hospital, it would behoove you to dress modestly. We're not telling you to take a shower, but, be clean, but you don't have to dress in your Sunday best with 28 buttons on your blouse and a bunch of earrings. It never fails. I'll see a patient in the waiting room waiting for x-rays, and they've got 7 earrings in their ear and something in their nose and in their tongue and their lip and their eyebrow, and I'll look at that patient and I'll go, there's only one possible x-ray this person is here for, C-spine, and it never fails. Yes, sweetheart, you're going to have to take all those piercings out. I'm sure they're very cool, but in here, it's a pain in the ass. So leave your jewelry at home. If you're an older patient, then chances are whatever you're coming to the hospital with has been bothering you for a very long time. Knees, backs, hips, we get it. We understand that this injury or this ailment that you have has been something that's probably been bothering you for a very long time. The good news is we don't have to hear about it. I mean, if it's something that's really, really interesting, like, hey, I was a Army parajumper and I have these jacked up knees because I jumped into a combat zone in Vietnam, and yeah, that's a cool story, but even that gets old after a while. Listen, we don't need to hear the entire history behind your injury. We really don't. Especially, it seems counterintuitive, because it seems like you guys are always in a hurry when you come in for x-ray. When you come in for x-ray, if you want to get in and out, just follow our instructions. If we tell you to sit here, sit there. If we tell you to lay there, lay there. If we tell you to sit still, be still. We don't need to hear the entire life story about this x-ray and how it happened and how you got here today, and I had to get my grandson to drive me, but he's working. He's actually a very, very famous author, and he's at a book signing right now. That's all very, very interesting, and we're happy for you, but we don't need to hear about it. My time is valuable. Your time is valuable. We all got shit to do. I get it, okay? But listen, you have to trust us, okay? You trust your doctor, most of you, but we're in this together, okay? We're medical staff. We don't have any personal interest in not giving you the care that you need. We want to give you the care that you need. You came to the hospital, we want to give you exactly what you need most of the time, so we don't have to see you again. If your doctor writes for certain x-rays, we're going to shoot exactly what your doctor asks for. We are not going to sit there and explain to you why we shoot it the way we shoot it. Listen, I've had so many people, usually it's with the chest, because for those of you who don't know, we'll shoot a PHS. That's where you put your chest up against the plate and we shoot it. Then we'll have you turn and put your left side against the board and shoot that. And I can't tell you how many people will say, oh, well, you shot the left side. It's actually the right side that's hurting. Listen, folks, an x-ray is not a photograph. That's not how it works. If an x-ray, I don't know if people have ever seen an x-ray, but an x-ray, it doesn't just take one side. If you shoot an x-ray, we're shooting the entire body part. So listen, you have to trust us, okay? Trust that we know what we're doing, we know our jobs, and unfortunately, we just don't have the time to sit there and explain to you the intimate details of how this machine works and what our protocols are and what the radiologist is going to ask us for. We just don't have time to do that with every single patient. Trust us. We're professionals. We know what we're doing. Listen, folks, hear me when I say this. I've got kids. You've got kids. When I take my kids someplace, I control my kids, okay? Same goes for the hospital. You're not special just because you come to the hospital or the clinic and get x-rays done. It's the same for lab. It's the same for anywhere. Control your own children. We are not here to control your kids. If your kids are getting an x-ray and they come in and your kids are bouncing off the wall and jumping around and doing all kinds of stuff, listen, we'll work with you. But it is not our job to control your children. If your children are out of control, like my children are out of control, when I go in there, if they have an appointment and they're getting shots, or they need to sit still, or they need to stand on the scale, or the doctor needs to listen to their heart, I sit there with them. I know how to control my kids. we don't know how to control your kids because they're, everybody say it now, your kids. Not mine, not ours. So when you bring your kids to the hospital and they're going to get x-rays, control your kids. Now, on the other end of that, if you bring your kids to the hospital and you're getting x-rays, you still need to control your kids, okay? We can give them a place to sit down, but it is not our job to control your kids while you're getting your x-rays. You need to prepare for that when you come to the hospital. Either come with your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, I don't care. Bring someone to watch your kids while you're getting seen, or B, bring something that you know that will keep them quiet for the minutes probably that it will take to get your x-rays done, because it probably won't take us that long. But again, we are not here to be your babysitters, okay? If you're going to bring your kids to the hospital, control them. It's not our job, okay? Just because you forgot to put your diaphragm in doesn't mean I have to suffer. I'm really going to try not to beat up on the old people too much, because it's not just old people. It's all people. Listen, if we ask you to put on wait, let me start over. Probably 9 times out of 10, someone is going to have to take something off when you get an x-ray, whether it's something as simple as a shoe and a sock, or a pair of pants, or a blouse, or a bra. You're probably going to have to take something off to get your x-rays, unless you're that motivated patient who's came prepared and knows what that they're doing, then maybe they've been there a couple of times. If you're that patient, then God bless you. Thank you very much. You make our lives way more easy. But for the rest of you, if you have to take something off for your x-ray and we give you a gown, put the gown on. Okay, and if you put the gown on and we can still see your anatomy, then you probably have it on incorrectly. Okay, if we ask you to take off your pants, okay, first of all, men and women, if we ask you to take your pants off, you don't have to take off your underwear, unless you're wearing some kind of dominatrix underwear with zippers and sequins and spikes and shit like that. Unless you got that on, yeah, take that off. But the rest of us who wear just regular Hanes 32, you don't have to take your underwear off, okay? Believe me, we don't want to see whatever's in there, and we don't want that smell creeping out any more than it has to. But listen, folks, we don't want to see you naked. I understand, especially, and again, you older folks, I understand, the whole world has seen these the whole world has seen these boobies. I've had 5 kids and the whole world has seen. Okay, that's wonderful, and I'm glad that you're so comfortable with yourself, but we don't want to see it. We don't want to see your boobs. We don't want to see your butt. We don't want to see your penis. We don't want to see any of that. If we ask you to put on a gown, just put it on, okay? Just do it for us, And then if you want to go show the world your body, that's what OnlyFans is for. People, please, please, please stop asking the x-ray techs if we see anything. Listen, X-ray techs are not doctors. We're not. I understand that you think that every person in a hospital who wears a badge and a lab coat is a doctor. They're not. Trust me. We're not doctors. We can't tell you if your arm is broken or your finger is broken or your leg is broken. We can't tell you. Chances are you would probably know better than we would. I mean, listen, I'm just gonna talk for myself personally. If it's very obviously broken, I mean, chances are if it's that obvious that it's broken, you, the patient, probably knows before you walked into the x-ray room. I mean, if it's just kind of dangling there, like the cloven hoof and the broken arm, yeah, then it's probably broken, yeah. I mean, there's a chance it could be dislocated, but if you understand how bones work, and right in the middle of it is where it's dangling off, then yeah, it's probably broken, okay? But for me personally, if it's very obviously broken, I'll say, yeah, it's broken. I can see it. It's broken in 2 or 3 different places. Then yeah, I'll tell you it's broken. But listen, you got to stop asking us whether it's broken, whether or not we see cancer, whether or not, that thing that you swallowed when you were 4 years old is still in there. Listen, don't ask us that stuff, okay? Well, we x-ray techs amongst each other will look and we'll try to diagnose a little bit, but that's just for us. That's just, because we see it every day. We'll look and we'll talk amongst each other, but the main reason why I'm asking you to stop asking us what we see on your x-rays is because that is going to lead to more questions that we just don't have the answer to. We're not doctors. So if I tell you that it's broken or I see cancer in there, then the next question is, oh my God, how long do I have to live? Well, I don't know. Oh, well, what should I get done from here? I don't know. Oh, do I need a CT or an MRI scan or something like that? Do I need to go to oncology? I have no idea. What kind of cancer is it? I don't know. We don't know. We're not doctors. Stop asking us what we see. We're not going to tell you. Unless you're just really, really fucked up, and then we might just be nice and tell you something. But usually no. A lot of people out there, I don't know, again, a lot of the time on the military side, I don't know if people just are not used to the idea that they can see the doctor anytime they want to. That certainly was the case when I was stationed in China Lake, because you could tell a lot of those people just never, ever had medical insurance. I don't want to get political on my channel, but the fact is that, you know, we obviously have differing opinions in this country on medical insurance and the way to handle it. But listen, people, understand what the word emergency means, okay? If you've had a cough or an ache or your finger hurts or your butt hurts and that's been happening for several weeks, then you can make an appointment and see your doctor on a regular day, okay? Make an appointment. The ER is not for, you know, something of that nature, like you've been in pain. If you've been in pain for 6 weeks, then you can wait another week to see your doctor. Okay? If you're not in imminent danger of dying, like I think, like if you're in so much pain that you feel like you're gonna pass out, then that does not an ER visit make. It doesn't. Okay? Listen. Understand the difference. If you have a bicycle halfway up your ass, yeah, that's probably an emergency. You should probably get that looked at. If your finger clicks every once in a while when you move it, you know, that is definitely an outpatient situation. Way too many people are using the ER as their own personal, you know, in-room physician. Okay, listen, the ER is there for people who are, exactly as it sounds, in an emergency, okay? And if you're an x-ray tech and your patient is just strolling, playing Candy Crush and just walking into your x-ray room in the ER and claiming they're in 9 out of 10 pain, that's going to make us a little more disgruntled, okay? For some of us, we can't get any more disgruntled, but, we're going to maintain professionalism. We're going to do our job, but you may get some not-so-nice looks flashed your way. So understand what an emergency is. Do us all a big favor. X-ray techs are people, too. We love stories. We love to hear crazy stuff. And listen, if things are really, really obvious, you don't have to lie to us. You don't have to tell us what you think we want to hear. Listen, x-ray techs, unless you're in a very, very specific situation, as was the situation when I was in Guam, my radiologist was 60 feet away from me, okay? He was right down the hallway from the diagnostic room, okay? So in that case, maybe, but for the most part, when we're talking about x-ray techs here, you don't have to lie to us, okay? If you... okay. Let me give you this quick story. I was stationed at Balboa, and I had an incident where 3 people got arrested. I'm not going to say which branch that they were in, but when I tell you this story, those of you who were in the military will probably get it. Long story short, something happened. They were having a party in their room. Somebody called the cops. The cops come in. These guys are underage and they're drinking. And in the military, that's a big deal. So these assholes thought it would be a good idea to jump out of a 3rd-story balcony. Well, needless to say, they got hurt. I think 2 of them broke their leg. And one of them, I don't know if he combat rolled when he hit the ground, but he didn't break anything. So... lucky, but 2 of them broke their legs. One of them broke a femur, the other one broke the tib fib, and I think maybe a foot or an ankle. But these guys got jacked up. So they're in my ER and they're screaming and, oh my God, it hurts. Well, no fucking shit, it hurts. So I get up there and they're like, and I'm curious, it's the ER. There's always good stories in the ER. So what happened, man? He's like, my buddy was, he was in the room next door, and his girlfriend came out, and his girlfriend was naked, and I was like, oh shoot, I just saw my buddy's girlfriend naked, and I didn't know what to do because he's got like a really bad temper, so I thought he was gonna beat me up, so I jumped over the balcony, and yeah. Okay, well, let's get this x-ray done. You don't have to lie to us, okay? And 9 times out of 10, we probably know more than you think we know because of the little charts we get with your x-ray information on it. Yeah, we probably know more than you think we know, so you don't have to lie to us. Lie to yourself, not your medical team. There's a thing out there a lot of people know about now. It's called HIPAA. Don't ask me what it stands for. But HIPAA is basically the healthcare privacy policy that's pretty much practiced globally. But you have rights as a patient, and you have the right to privacy, basically. So we as medical team, we are not going to go around and, share your information with people. We're not going, it's part of the trust that we garner as medical staff. But amongst each other, yes, we're going to talk about you. I mean, we're not going to talk about, your injury. Unless you have just a really grievous injury, we're not going to talk about you as a person unless you're just really, really annoying. I mean, we're talking about, if we ask you to sit somewhere, oh, well, the last person didn't have me do it that way. Okay, but I'm asking you to do it that way. People who assume they know more than their doctors, more than everybody, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. But listen, when we are providing you a service, it's our show. We understand that, if you're in pain, we can tweak it a little bit, but as an x-ray tech, we have to get the pictures we have to get, or your healthcare can't move forward, okay? So, trust me. We're trying to steer you in the right direction. So, if you just can't follow simple directions, yes, we're going to talk about you amongst each other. We're not going to share your information, like I said, but yes, we will talk about you, Okay. Quick story, we're going to wrap this up. I'm stationed in Guam, and as far as I can tell, everybody on Guam speaks English, at least a little bit. So, I have this local person walk in, and they're here for an x-ray, I believe it was of the shoulder. So they walk in the room, I introduce myself, I say, okay, we're going to take a look at your right shoulder. Yeah, the right shoulder. Okay, great. And without asking any questions or me giving him any directions, all I did was confirm that his name and date of birth were correct on my little piece of paper. This guy gets completely naked. Let me give you that one more time. He walks in, I ask him his name, and he strips down to what God gave him. I'm like, sir, you don't need to be naked for this. Oh, I don't mind. It's okay. I'm glad you're comfortable with your nakedness, sir, but I really don't need you to be naked. In fact, you didn't have to take anything off. You came in with a tank top. I said, sir, you please put your clothes back on. And his response is, well, do you think I'm disgusting? What, do you have a problem with my tattoos? Do you have a problem with me? Like, I don't even know you, man. No, I'm just asking, sir, this exam does not require you to be completely naked. Can you please put your clothes back on? And I'm sitting here arguing with this naked man for like 5 minutes. Sir, put your clothes back on. And he he finally put his clothes back on, and he left in a huff. We didn't even do his x-rays. I'm like, sir, where are you going? Oh, no. I'm not going to get my x-rays done by somebody who's got a problem with me. I'll go someplace else. I'm like, where are you going to go? We're the only hospital for like 30 miles. Well, so I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he got his x-rays done by somebody else. But yeah, we went back into the little lounge area where we hang out between patients. And yeah, we talked about him because if you can't follow simple instructions, yeah, we're going to talk about you and we're going to have a laugh, okay? Just like I'm sure after you leave, the x-ray room, after you get your exam done, you're going to talk about us. Oh my God, the x-ray tech was so cute. He had that little pressed beard and he had these big brown eyes, I get that all the time. So it is what it is. Folks, you got to help us out here. If you follow these really simple steps, you can make your x-ray tech a little less disgruntled. Just a little. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Like, share, and subscribe to BJBL Unleashed on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram if you want to. I'll see you guys real soon for more Unleashed.